To imagine the lost city of Z is to peer into the heart of the Amazon, not as an impenetrable wilderness, but as a place once alive with the pulse of civilization. Though the city itself remains undiscovered, clues from ancient settlements scattered across the Amazon offer tantalizing glimpses into what such a society might have looked like. From sophisticated urban planning to complex belief systems, the hypothetical culture of Z challenges the long-held belief that advanced civilization could not emerge in the rainforest. The Amazon basin spans over 2.7 million square miles, an ecological giant that straddles 9 countries. For centuries, the forest was perceived as a green void, hostile and unfarmable, a natural barrier to large-scale civilization. This belief was grounded in part by the region's thin, nutrient-poor soils, known as laterites, which seemed unsuitable for sustaining agriculture or dense populations. But recent research has begun to overturn this assumption. Archaeologists have discovered vast areas of terra preta, or dark earth, a man-made, fertile soil created through the addition of charcoal, bone, and organic waste. Terra preta is not only capable of supporting agriculture, it suggests long-term, intentional land management by ancient peoples. This soil is often found near ancient roads, mounds, and habitation sites, indicating that human intervention reshaped the jungle. If Z existed, it was not imposed upon the forest, it was integrated with it. Its people would have known how to manipulate the land, harvest its bounty, and build sustainably in harmony with the ecosystem. Descriptions of ancient Amazonian settlements point to a form of architecture unlike the stone cities of the Andes or Mesoamerica. Instead of towering pyramids or vast plazas, these urban spaces were geoglyphic, constructed from earth, wood, and plant materials. Aerial surveys and LiDAR, light detection and ranging technology have revealed circular village networks, long straight roads, ceremonial causeways, and defensive ditches that suggest urban planning on a scale previously thought impossible in this region. Z may have been part of a network of such settlements, an urban constellation spread across hundreds of kilometers, connected by river and road. Its structures may have included wooden temples, elevated platforms, large communal houses, and water management systems designed to adapt to seasonal flooding. Everything, from housing to spiritual centers, would have been oriented to work with the rainforest, not against it. The architecture of Z, if discovered, might not stun with grandeur, but with sophistication, evidence of a culture that mastered its environment rather than merely surviving it. What was daily life like for the inhabitants of Z? If the city resembled other recently uncovered Amazonian settlements, its people lived in extended family units within large Malokas communal longhouses that could house dozens. These communities were likely egalitarian, with shared agricultural responsibilities, trade relationships, and social rituals rooted in reciprocity and cooperation. The jungle provided everything: food, medicine, materials, and even spiritual insight. Farming techniques included slash and chair cultivation for terra preta, planting of manioc, maize, fruits, and nuts, and the domestication of animals such as guinea pigs and ducks. Fish farming in managed ponds may have been common, offering protein and trade commodities. There is growing evidence that such communities were not isolated. Trade networks could have extended over great distances, with goods like pottery, shell jewelry, feathers, and obsidian traveling between villages and regions. This points to a regional culture that was dynamic, mobile, and interconnected. While little is known about the spiritual life of hypothetical Z inhabitants, insights from Amazonian tribes provide potential parallels. Many indigenous groups believe in animism, the idea that plants, animals, rivers, and even rocks possess spirits. Rituals, storytelling, and shamanic practices often played a central role in daily life, with leaders acting as both political figures and spiritual intermediaries. Sacred sites, such as mounds, geoglyphs, and ceremonial clearings, suggest that religion and cosmology were deeply embedded in the landscape. The alignment of roads and settlements with celestial bodies implies a sophisticated understanding of astronomy and timekeeping. If Z existed, its temples may have been made of wood and thatch, adorned with symbols drawn from myths, gods of rain, jaguars, serpents, and sky. The jungle itself would have been both temple and scripture. The idea of Z forces us to reconsider what counts as a great civilization. The hypothetical residents of Z may not have carved stone empires or left behind towering monuments, but their accomplishments, sustainable agriculture, regional trade, astronomical knowledge, and environmental engineering would be remarkable in their own right. Perhaps the greatest achievement of Z was its resilience, a society adapted to one of the most complex ecosystems on Earth, thriving in ways that modern industrial culture still struggles to replicate. The belief that such a city existed, and the evidence increasingly supporting the idea, challenges us to shed Eurocentric models of history. Civilization need not emerge from deserts or river valleys alone. It may also bloom quietly in the shadows of the trees.